Features with Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya. Creature features and all creatures and all features, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
Good evening and welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. With me is my trusty butler, Mr. Livingston. And to this side is the darlingly dangerous and most devious, Miss Tangela. And tonight we have a most amazingly incredible triple super duper movie show in store for you. For this evening we shall present Meteor from 1979, which has an all-star cast that is comprised of Sean Connery, Natalie Wood, Henry Fonda, Martin Landau, Carl Malden, Brian Keith, and many more.
Finally, a decent film with a competent cast.
Indeed. This movie's plot revolves around Sean Connery and his plucky team of oil drillers being forcibly commissioned by NASA to rocket up to an oncoming meteor and plant a nuclear bomb beneath its surface. He is joined by his daughter, Natalie Wood, who's having a secret affair with Carl Malden. Connery throws a conniption fit when he catches the young couple. Armageddon? I've never heard of that film. While Mr. Connery's crew attempts to learn to drill holes in swimming pools whilst festooned in spacesuits, teenage astronomer Leo Biederman goes on a supper date with his high school sweetheart, Sarah, in which he informs her that there is a city-sized piece of rock hurling towards the Earth, and everyone will die if they don't ride a motorbike to Washington to inform the president.
That's the plot to Deep Impact from 1998. Don't you ever read the movie briefs I provide to you?
Indeed I do. However, I keep them on my nightstand for those evenings when I have difficulty falling asleep. In any case, whatever the plot, it has a meteor, Sean Connery, and Natalie Wood. So you'll know it'll be something bordering upon awesome. And who'll be sat in our guest chair tonight, Livingston?
There will be no guest because there will be no time. This movie is almost 2 hours long.
And every moment of it shall be precious. So don't go away, for it is to be another fabulous night of earth-ending fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned. Welcome to Creature Features. It's going to be a fun night, right?
Probably.
Yes. No,
Not.
It's going to be a wonderful night. You know why? Because he's slightly happy we're running a long movie tonight, and he needs to spend less time standing there like a penguin. No, you look like, what happened to our penguin? We had a penguin, we had a stuffed penguin, and it was like, you've seen the similarity, right? Anyways, we're going to show Meteor tonight, as you saw in the commencement. Wonderful film, all-star cast, lots of fun, but it's a long movie. So we can't do our normal banter back and forth tonight.
Do we banter?
No, we do banter. And people apparently like the banter, but tonight we're going to run a little long if we do that, right?
I try to provide useful information.
Yeah, well, his useful information, his little golden nuggets of knowledge often contain snide remarks and other insults. Right? How you doing, Tangela? She's doing good. She's got octopi tonight, you know. Typically, the other night she had dynamite. She's sitting there with dynamite in the chair. We're watching a movie. How do you watch a movie when somebody's got dynamite? I don't know. But hopefully they'll have dynamite in tonight's film because it's a Meteor movie and they might need it, right?
I think they might.
They might. All right, let's go ahead and get this movie started. We'll be back after the break and we will talk to you soon.
Hello, YouTube viewers. Have you subscribed yet? I see a few of you have forgotten to do so. I am somewhat disappointed. Please subscribe. Thank you.
You know, Livingston, that Meteor looks something like a sponge.
A sponge.
A sponge. Or maybe a loofah. Like a loofah, like one of the ones in her lavatory.
Oh dear.
No, she's got multicolored loofahs.
I thought they only came in one color.
So did I. No, the loofah is a creature, right, of the sea. Is it not?
I don't believe so.
Ooh, the sponge is.
The
right?
sponge is a living being.
Right,
yes.
so the loofah, they travel in packs under the ocean. They rub the backs of whales. It's a true story.
Seriously?
No, I don't know. I read this in Wikipedia. Is she giving me the cuckoo thing again? She did this to me in the intro.
They get barnacles.
Oh, barnacles, and that's how you remove them, with loofah and sponge. Anyways, wonderful start for the film, but this whole science thing, you know more about science than me. How do you get a meteor from a comet and an asteroid?
How do you get? Or
Yes.
what is the difference?
No, how is it created?
Well, a comet is ice.
Right,
A meteor is a piece of an asteroid.
right,
An asteroid is usually something solid.
all right. So I know less now than I did before. Thank you for your scientific insight, Professor Livingston.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. All right, well, what do you think, Tangelo? Should we get back to the film? You and your baby? All right, we shall see you after the break, and we're going to do some letters because you sent them to us and we have to read them. See you soon.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Not now. Stay tuned. This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Do you have a page of wands? I have to go fish. Oh, we're back. Hello, welcome back to the show. We are watching Meteor, but we're not watching Meteor at the moment. Tangela and I are playing tarot card. And you've got mail from me, right?
Yes, indeed.
What do you got?
Michael Butchin.
Butchin. That's quite a name.
Quite.
All right. Here's a big letter. I got to read this quickly. My name is Michael. I currently live and work in Beijing.
China.
What do they used to call Beijing? Peking.
Peking.
Peking. And I stumbled across Creature Features online some time ago. In the dim, dark, and ancient past, I lived in Philadelphia and grew up with Dr. Shock, and before him, Roland Zachary. It has been a pleasure watching good old-fashioned horror hosts on weekend afternoons again. Vincent seems pleasantly befuddled much of the time. Am I pleasantly befuddled?
Indeed.
All right. And I also enjoy the antics of that adorable little murder moppet, Tangela, as well as the dignified stoicism of the eternally put upon Livingston. See, he made his nose go up. That's a wonderful thing. Perhaps one day you might allow both Tangela and Livingston to have their turns hosting the show. You know, we get this request all the time. She refuses to speak, so what would be the point? And then he would run away. He would say, I'm done. One segment. Ta-ta, bye-bye. Right?
Perhaps.
He has better things to do. So I'm stuck doing it. I know. I'd love to take a break one day as well. I'd love to see Tangela host some of the old silent classics. Nosferatu. We've done it. The Golem. I don't think we've done Golem yet. Cabinet Dr. Caligari. Metropolis we've shown. She could use title cards for her dialogue if she doesn't wish to speak aloud, just like the movies. Well, you know, we've tried that as well, and it's still communicating to her, and she has nothing to say at the moment. She'll be all chatty later, but not while the cameras are running. And Livingston, I'm sure, could host some wonderfully thought-provoking features like Ex Machina or Les Yeux Sans Visage. Never heard of that one. A Comedy of Terrors, the ones with Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, Basil Rathbone, and Boris Karloff. In any case, thank you so much for all the work you guys put in, and please do keep up the mad, the macabre, and the mediocre. Michael Butchin. Well, thank you so much, Michael. We hope things are wonderful in Beijing. And, you know, that poor man can have Chinese food any night he wants, whereas we have to drive into town.
And we can have authentic Chinese food.
Authentic, actual Chinese, made by actual Chinese. Right? All right. This one is from Amanda. Hello, Vincent, Tangela, and Livingston. My name is Amanda Miller, and I live in Tisdale, Saskatchewan, in Canada. Tisdale.
Tisdale.
I like that. Tisdale. Tis wonderful in Tisdale.
Very English.
All three of you do a fantastic job hosting the show, and I love all the old movies you show. Vincent, you have great hair. Well, thank you. I don't think I do tonight, but thank you. Livingston is charming, and Tangela, keep being you. No, she'll never change that, that's for sure. The more shenanigans, the better. Bye for now, Amanda. Well, thank you so much, Amanda. We hope you're having a wonderful time and staying warm up there in Canada. We know it gets cold up there. Anything else, Mr. Livingston?
A rather short one.
A short one. Short and sweet, right?
Short and...
The short ones are always sweet.
We'll leave the sweet out of it.
All right. This is from Steve from Omaha, Nebraska. He goes, Dear Creature Features, your show is like a festival of farts. Party on. What's a festival of farts?
I did warn you.
What's a festival of farts?
Flatulence.
No, I know what a fart is, but I mean, what's a festival? Is this a thing that they do here in Omaha?
Perhaps.
Maybe they have an Omaha festival of that. I don't know. That it?
Rather odd. That's it.
That's it for letters. If you'd like to send letter by email, send it to the address you see over here. Or if you'd like to send something in the post, send it to the address you see right here. We'll be getting back to Meteor right now, and we will see you after the break. Bye.
Despite my previous protestation, I see a few of you have still not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet. Please, I implore of you to do so. Thank you.
What's that penguin doing there?
Standing.
Welcome back to the show. We are watching Meteor, which has absolutely nothing to do with the penguin. You're just doing that to mock him, aren't you? Yeah, all right. Anyways, I love Sean Connery films, don't you?
Is this a Sean Connery film?
It is a Sean Connery film.
Well, he's
and
not
do you want
the
to know
only
an
one,
interesting
is he?
fact?
What?
Sean Connery in French means like horseplay. Connery. So he's Sean Horseplay in French, in a sense. But hey, what do you think of this movie? What do you think about a 5-mile meteor coming towards the Earth?
It'd be like the lime hitting the coconut.
And eating it all up?
Mm-hmm.
No, it would not survive very well, would it?
No.
No.
I fail to see the logic in that.
The logic of a meteor hitting the planet?
A lime hitting the coconut.
Oh, no, he's using a metaphor. Do you know what they're for? They're metas. Something like that. Anyways, Meteor, Natalie Wood, you know, she used to live close to here. She was raised in Santa Rosa, which is not far from here.
So I'm told.
No, Natalie Wood, and she would go on to do other things.
Oh,
but
good one.
No. She speaks Russian in this film, and she's actually Russian. Natalie Wood is Russian, and she speaks fluent Russian. And if you watch her in this film, she is speaking perfect Russian. But so is Brian Keith. And I don't recall him ever, not once, speaking Russian on Family Affair. So there's that. Anyways, let's get back to Meteor. And when we come back, we're going to do something fun, right?
Right.
Maybe? Right. Off we go. Meteor, see you soon.
Put the penguin back.
Hi, this is Kelly from Portland, Oregon, and I absolutely love your Creature Feature show. Anyway, I would love it if you guys could play the 1973 version of The Wicker Man. I hope that would be in your purview. Thank you so much.
So yes, Nerashi, mi Republik Svobod. You know, when you need to blow up a meteor, who do you call? The Russians. But Russians have nuclear missiles they could shoot at meteors, as do the
Meteor
Americans. And
busters.
they combine the efforts. It's like, not only are they fighting off a meteor, but they are creating world peace. Or world peas, I don't know.
That brings intrinsically field problems.
That's right. Speaking of problems, with that storm we had, you ran into a few problems about the mana. What kind of things did you have to deal with, Mr. Hendry?
Drainage.
Briefly.
Drainage.
Drainage? All right,
Drainage.
give me the brief synopsis on the drainage issue.
Well, the one drain that I was having the most problems with, it had grass and all kinds of debris and just crazy amounts of stuff, and it was raining, and I was just soaked, and my socks were getting all wet, not fun. And then more leaves, just keep pulling it out. But then when I finally got the grate off, then I had to reach in and grab, and somebody stole my gloves, so I had no gloves to grab all this stuff out. Mm-hmm. And I was afraid something might bite me too, and it was horrible. But after I got the roof out, then
Thank you,
then
Tangela. Anyways, let's get back to Meteor, and we will see you after the break.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you. I imagine you are becoming almost as tired of seeing me as I am of making these messages. Please subscribe. Angela, you know that is bad luck.
You know, poor New York is always being abused in film.
Indeed.
No, somebody needs to create a documentary about how New York is continuously abused in film.
Well, it's New York and Tokyo, obviously.
Tokyo, yes, Tokyo would be a chapter in this story. But no, it's always New York. Why do they always pick on New York?
It's a big city.
You love New York, right? And you tolerate it.
I like
I
New
love
York.
New York. We need to talk to somebody in Hollywood production writers and say, change it from New York to Omaha.
Nebraska?
Right, no, why not? Omaha could use a little negative love, right? In a film. Anyways, fun film. How you doing, Tangelo? What's new? What's fun in your life? You know, we need to get her a new octopi monster bear.
Octobear?
She's let me see this one. She's wearing it out. Look. Yeah, she sleeps with this thing every night. And it smells like your room, which smells like gunpowder. Every time. Now, her and gunpowder, at least when she's with this, she's not blowing something up, right?
Indeed.
No, that's a good sign. All right, you good, Mr. Livingston? Shall we finish up this film?
I think it's about time.
All right, let's wrap up Meteor 1979. And when we come back, we're going to find out what Mr. Livingston is doing next. See you soon.
Please. This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Stay tuned.
I love that film. No, that's a nice film. Except for one thing. I have one little sniggling thing. That Sean Connery did not get the girl. Sean Connery always gets the girl.
I think he was trying to change his image.
Oh, is that it? Yeah. Well, I don't think he should change his image. I think his image is... He's James Bond. Hey, James Bond is cool. And Russian girl? I don't know.
He doesn't like being typecast, I think.
Is that it? Anyways, they blew up the Meteor and everything's hunky-dory now, right? Good, good. You did like this film, right? Yeah, I knew she would.
Well, she likes blowing up things.
And they blew up the Meteor. That makes sense. Good. Well, I think that's all we got. What do you got going on next, Mr. Livingston?
Work.
Work. Good
As
work?
always.
Fun work?
Oh, it's always fun.
Perhaps you're going to make some pastries for us all?
I was thinking of some popcorn.
Oh, popcorn. No, he
The
makes
young lady
wonderful
has
pastries,
requested.
and his popcorn, not so much.
This is the first I hear of it.
Well, no, popcorn, it's an American dish, and it should be served plain with just butter or salt.
No, seasoning.
You see, he puts like all these herbs and spices. It makes it taste like something that came from that store where they sell all the soap. It smells like soap. Your popcorn smells like soap, and it tastes like it sometimes too.
Well then.
Stick with salt. Anyways, that's it for us tonight. Thank you so much for staying up late and watching this movie with us. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Don't forget, we've got a Friday night show on YouTube, so you'll want to catch that. And we'll be back next week with something exciting, right?
Exciting,
Another movie, maybe a guest this time.
perhaps.
We'll see. All right. Anyways, thank you for staying up with us. We love you. We will see you next week. Bye-bye. So, Livingston,
Yes.
if you were to find out that there was a meteor approaching the Earth and we only had 2 days left to live, what would you do?
I would put as much distance between myself and this manor as I could.